Testing 1, 2, 3, guys. Testing 1, 2, 3. Thank you for your patience, guys. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Vencabot, the Pizza in a Movie suspenseful drama triple feature. My name is David, guys. We're doing a special event this week. Every single night this week, Monday through Friday, has been triple features. Today is Thursday. We already watched Edward G. Robinson do 3 movies. We watched 3 films from Sonny Chiba, the Street Fighter trilogy. Yesterday was the chilling horror triple feature. We watched a bunch of scary movies. Tonight we're watching suspenseful dramas. We just finished up The Strange Love of Martha Ivers, the first film in our trilogy. Tonight we're watching, now we're watching a film called Dishonored Lady, starring Hedy Lamarr, the beautiful Hedy Lamarr. Another film from the 40s. This one's not preserved quite as well. It's a little bit rough on the edges visually in terms of the sound as well. But it's a lovely film. It's a film I think deserves to be remembered better than it is. Hope you guys enjoy it. And let's get started, guys. Actually, what I should do before we do this, I should actually get the interlacing turned off. Let's turn on the de-interlacer here. Is it on Yadif? It sure is. Let's turn this on. There we go. Might play the volume here a smidge, guys. I apologize if I have to. I'm going to lower this down like this. There we go, that's better. Here we go, guys. This is Dishonored Lady. Sad thing was the first 4 minutes of that film, I thought it might be pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Brian. That's my feeling as well about The Outlaw. Music by Carmen Dragon. Holy shit, that's sick. Think of your top movies? Top films of all time? This is my top pizza movie films of all time tonight. Or should I say this week? With a few exceptions. They didn't quite make the cut. Due to them not fitting into the triple features in some way. Shout out to Robert Stevenson for directing this film.
Anything doing? Not a thing. You know, it's getting me down eating in these hamburger joints.
One thing you gotta learn, eat where the truck drivers eat. They know the right spot.
See, I saw a funny thing up the road just now. Good-looking dame sitting in a car all alone.
Yeah, what was she doing?
That's just it. She wasn't doing nothing, just sitting there.
I got a rule about women. If they ain't breaking the law, let them alone.
It's a good rule, dude. It's a good rule if you're a cop. I'm saying good vibe.
I didn't mean to disturb you, miss. Just wanted to be sure everything was okay. Excuse me, lady, but are you sure you're all right?
Hedy Lamarr, dude. Hedy Lamarr. She don't look all right, bro. She don't look all right. Yeah, no, dude, no. No spoilers, bro. There she goes. Oh, man. That was fast.
How is she?
Luckier than she deserves.
I just checked on her up the road. She was acting kind of strange then. I better call that ambulance.
I doubt if it's serious, and I'm as good a doctor as you'll find at this time of night. Let's take her inside.
She crashed into some kind of doctor's house, looks like, huh? Best of the best bones, indeed. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, we're watching Dishonored Lady right now.
Well, no bones broken.
47 is this when this one came out. 1947.
That's all. I think you better rest here for the night. I'm a little surprised. You're a beautiful young woman. You've been in an accident. You haven't asked for a mirror. Perhaps that fits with the way you were driving tonight. Perhaps you find the idea of living not very attractive.
Is that any of your business, Doctor?
As a matter of fact, it is my business. I happen to be a psychiatrist.
I don't need a psychiatrist.
You won't mind if I disagree with you.
Are you sure about that?
Here's a beautiful young woman, apparently well-to-do. apparently in good physical condition, who just doesn't care what happens to her. This is interesting. Not altogether unusual, but interesting. Of course, there are the obvious deductions.
It's my life, Doctor, and I prefer to run it myself.
And you don't want anyone to see inside it. Perhaps you don't even want to take a look yourself. Many women haven't the courage to face themselves, so they look for escape in one excitement after another. Half my patients are like that.
But I'm not one of your patients.
Damn, that's what I'm saying. He's going in. Hey, what's up, Jiffy? Welcome aboard, dude. Have a good Thursday, Jiffy. Sorry you can't just hang out. Thank you for the support, dude. Thank you for stopping by and saying
I'll
hi.
drive you to the station.
Have a good rest, my friend. This is getting up in her business, dude. Her business, her business. Say
Miss
the
Damien,
fuck about her business.
You're an intelligent woman, not an idiot. Will you promise me one thing? When you get ready to throw yourself off Brooklyn Bridge, will you come and see me first?
Goodbye, Doctor.
Oh my god. There's the gift sub, Neon. Bones is now all subscribed. This is from 47, guys. Actually, a year after Martha Ivers. Hard to feel, Bones. To have the grib hands. Yeah, thank you, Neon. Nothing but bangers this week, Brian. Nothing but bangers. Film sounds great, honestly. There's a little bit of hiss there. Doesn't look that bad either. It's a little bit blown out. But it kind of has a certain aesthetic to it.
That's what I want to know.
Our trouble is Miss Damien.
Miss Damien again.
She's as pretty as a picture and as stubborn as a mule. But this time, there's a lot more involved than just her hand.
What you got in her hand there? Some animal fur. With a scarf? Looks like she just has a
Come in, Miss Damien.
some
We're just ripping you up back a little bit.
So I gathered.
There's nothing personal. It's about Mr. Cortland.
Cortland. Oh, yes. He runs a jewelry store.
He owns Cortland and Company. London, Paris, Fifth Avenue. You may remember him as one of our biggest advertisers. Oh, what Shirley wants to say...
I know what Shirley wants to say. I always know what Shirley wants to say. He wants to know why I killed the art layout on Mr. Cortland's famous jewels.
And I understand the April number goes to press without it.
That's right. In the first place, it's no art layout. It's a press agent's dream.
But the result is we stand a good chance of losing the Cortland account.
Now, am I running my department or am I not?
I haven't said anything, Miss Damien.
Well, I had a talk with Cortland. He was decidedly acid about it.
I'm not interested in Cortland. But if this magazine is going to submit to advertisers' blackmail, I'd like to know about it.
Now, please, Miss Damien.
If that's the policy, Mr. Kranich, you better get someone else to take my place.
Please, Miss Damien, just a moment.
Oh my god.
Gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'll talk to you later.
So for being 47, she's a pretty successful
I thought
businesswoman.
I should bring this to your attention. You can't blame us.
She runs a whole department
Of course not. No harm
here
done,
at the
Miss
magazine.
Madeline, you've got yourself all worked up. Come sit down.
That's what I'm saying, Brian. She's carrying some dead animal with her,
I'll
look
get
like.
you a drink.
No, thanks. I don't want one.
No? What is this private blackmail of yours? Threatening to quit in order to win an argument.
Oh, I'd just as soon quit. I mean it.
Now, tell me, what's happened? You're all wound up. What's bothering
Oh,
you?
nothing's bothering me.
You know I don't want you to quit. I won't go into my personal feelings, but you are the best art editor I've ever had. How's the insomnia?
Oh, I found some new sleeping pills. Red ones this time.
Red pills to put you to sleep. White pills to wake you up. Doesn't sound very sensible, my dear. What are you doing this evening?
Dining with Freddie Fancher.
Oh, Freddie again.
Oh, I couldn't get out of it, Victor. We're using some of his drawings next month. But it'll be the last time, I promise.
Madeline, you're a bundle of lies. A very lovely bundle. Beautifully tied together.
I'm trying to be honest, but you won't believe me, will you?
No, my dear. Because I don't really think you believe yourself.
So she has a date with I guess one of the guys that she got some advertisement work done for her. She couldn't get out of the date because she needs their account.
Why do you have to go back to that bore, Freddie Fancher? You haven't even given me a chance to make love to you.
You've been doing all right.
You know something? It's
It's awfully hard making love to a woman who makes more money than I do. It'd be much easier if you made love to me.
Would it?
Oh my God.
You're trying to give me the brush off, are you?
Well, finally, we understand each other.
Well, there you are, Freddie. There's your girl and no bones broken. I'll see you at the office, Madeline. I'd join you if somebody asked me. Nobody's asking.
Oh my God.
Why do you have to dance with that pollywog?
Look, I've told you not to drink.
I always drink, particularly when I'm with you.
Oh, am I that hard to take sober?
You're a voluptuous pain in the neck.
I'm going home.
You're not going to walk out on me. Come on, be yourself.
I told you I'm going to leave early.
But you can't leave me just sitting here in the snow. I'm mad about you. In my own foul way.
Good night, Freddie.
So yeah, boyfriends on boyfriends, dude. Because the dancing was weak. You can do better, good vibe?
Any chance of getting a cab, Jim?
I'll try, Miss Damien.
Oh, Miss Damien, here's someone I know you're anxious to meet. Mr. Felix Cortland, one of our most prominent advertisers.
How'd you do, Miss Damien?
How do you do?
Look how fabulous she is, dude.
Mr. Garrett is the soul of tact, don't you think?
He's just been telling me all about you.
Oh, I hope he wasn't that blunt.
Oh, you needn't worry. I always form my own conclusions. Can I give you a lift anywhere? My car's just outside.
No, thank you.
Oh
Getting me a cab.
my God.
I'm very sorry.
I'm sorry, Miss Damien. There isn't a cab around.
Oh, how long do you think it'll be?
It's hard to say.
She's dressed to the nines, dude.
Are you sure you don't want a lift?
Well, there doesn't seem to be any alternative.
Good night, Mr. Garrett.
Good night, Mr. Cortland.
Let's talk about Cortland earlier. He runs some kind of jewelry business, right? They mentioned that at the magazine.
I wasn't very polite, was I?
Neither was Garrett, for that matter.
Oh, he always enjoys uncomfortable situations.
You still feel uncomfortable?
No. Frankly, I don't.
Good, nor do I.
You know, you're not at all what I imagined.
No.
No. The big international jeweler.
I happen to inherit a business that runs itself very nicely. As a matter of fact, you don't look like an art editor. More like a work of art.
Oh my God.
That layout on your jewels is still a wretched piece of copy.
I can only admire your good taste.
And I'm still not going to...
I wouldn't try and persuade you for the world.
Mr. Cortland, I think you're a very dangerous man.
I only wish it was so. The truth is, I'm a very ordinary one.
Look at the whip, dude. 47. I knew a macho guy in high school who
Oh,
wore
I'm sorry,
padlocks in
I
his
forgot
ears.
to
Is that
give you
true?
my
That's pretty macho.
address.
It's my fault. I forgot to ask you. Won't you come in for a minute?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, but you really must see those jewels you've been insulting. They're much handsomer than the photographs. I'll need you in about 15 minutes.
But I said I wasn't coming in.
Oh, yes, so you did.
Oh, he's being quite fucking forceful, dude. He's being quite assertive. But she caves under pressure.
Let me take your wrap.
Well, I'm only going to stay a minute here.
Of course.
What a dress, dude. What a dress.
What a wonderful room.
I've had this place a long time. In fact, I'm pretty disgustingly rich.
Don't you find that rather pleasant?
Oh, it's not so hard to take once you get the hang of it. I think I know all the troubles that come with money. And all the pleasures. Well, have you got me all figured out?
Only what I see here. Good books, fine pictures. Wonder if you ever look at them.
Oh, but I do. I'm a lonely bachelor, and I spend hours here all by myself poring over old manuscripts.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you? Didn't my father paint that?
Was Stephen Damien your father?
Uh-huh.
That's very interesting.
Is it?
I remember when he came here to paint that picture of my mother. Everybody was fascinated by him, especially Mother. Father ended by chasing him out of the house.
I'm afraid that's the way it usually ended. My father was very much in love with life.
That's a Hungarian custom, isn't it? Not exclusively Hungarian.
Weren't you going to show me your jewels?
Oh, yes, of course.
Ooh, let's see his
I'd
jewels.
forgotten. That's the reason we came in here.
If I was a lady, says good vibe. I dressed like that in the park. Huh? Look fancy as hell. You don't gotta be a lady for that, dude. That's a good news for you, good vibe.
Miss Damien. This safe is one of my darkest secrets. You really want to see those jewels?
Not particularly. I can't tell a brilliant from a diamond.
Not one person in 100 can. But then very few people are intelligent enough to admit it.
Thank you.
How about another drink?
No, thanks.
Look at this goofy couch.
You know, you need relaxing. Lots of relaxing. I can hear your nerves snapping like rubber bands.
I'm not nervous at all, see?
You're a very curious mixture. A highly moral voice.
That's not me, that's my mind.
A man's mind, I'd say.
Why not? I do a man's work.
And desperate eyes. Eyes full of shadows.
Insomnia does that.
Does it?
Oh my god. Oh my god. He's got too much game, dude.
Miss Damien, give me her secretary.
Miss Damien's office? No, Mr. Cortland, she's not here yet. Shall I have her call you? Yes, Mr. Cortland.
Where's Glamour Puss?
She hasn't come in yet.
Well,
Glamour
who said
Puss?
please?
Mr. Felix Cortland.
Mr. Cortland. It's very interesting. She never misses, does she?
Mm-hmm. Jealous.
If I'd given it any thought, I could have predicted it.
Gladys, I won my bet. She's got a new boyfriend.
I guess those dames gotta have no excitement all the time.
Yeah, here today, gone tomorrow. Personally, I don't see what she sees in it all.
Is that any concern of yours?
Oh my
I didn't hire
god.
you to gossip about my private life.
No, Miss Damien.
Go get your money. You're through.
Oh my god. Look at her fucking coat she had. She's looking like a fucking poncho, bro. Didn't have the sleeves on.
Damien, come in yet? What's the matter, sweetheart?
Miss Damien fired me.
Fired you? What for?
He heard me talking about Mr. Cortland.
Cortland, eh? Don't you worry, baby. I'll fix that. I understand you fired June.
That's right.
What's the idea?
I don't like people to gossip about me.
You don't, eh?
No, I don't.
Oh
It's pretty
my.
late to be thinking about a thing like that and so rotten quick to take it out on your secretary.
Get out of here.
You don't think your life is a secret, do you? Boys are betting 8-5 this morning that the Cortland layout would be in the next issue.
You're disgusting.
Madeline, why don't you get wise to yourself? Everybody else is. One romance after another. That's your whole life and you adore it.
Get out.
You try to dress it up with pretty words, but you don't fool anybody. They know what you are and you'll never change.
Get out.
You don't care because it's too much fun.
Oh my god. He just called her a fucking slut, dude.
It isn't true. It isn't true. It isn't true.
Oh my god. Watch his face, goodbye, watch his face.
I'm a little surprised. Here's a beautiful woman who just doesn't care what happens to her.
The drip is too strong. Probably has the most drip of any film I've seen on this channel.
Haven't the courage to face themselves. So they
He didn't say it like that though, Brian. He didn't say it like that.
Excitement after another.
That's the difference, dude. That's the difference.
That you find the idea of living not very attractive.
Oh my god.
Lady, if you want to kill yourself, why don't you try the fridge?
I'm glad I was right. An intelligent woman, not an idiot. Sit down.
This guy's so condescending. He didn't even flinch, Bones.
That's it. Now, if you feel like talking, just go ahead and talk. You're afraid, aren't you? Well, it's our job to find out why. To explore the shadows and throw light on what we find there. Then you'll be able to see yourself clearly and face yourself honestly. When you can do that, you won't be afraid anymore.
was living with my father. Mother had left him before we came to America. I was 10. And to me, the way he lived seemed romantic and wonderful. He was a successful painter, and women adored him. He went his own way and did what he pleased.
Just as you've been trying to do?
I suppose so.
But why? Did it make him so very happy?
Oh, I was certain he was the happiest man in the world. Until he killed himself.
Oh,
and
my.
You understand why he did it. You understand now?
I think I do.
Did you ever do any painting yourself?
I used to.
Why'd you give it up?
Oh, didn't pay enough. And besides, I didn't want to be like my father. I wanted my own life.
And have you been living your own life?
Of course I have.
The kind of life you really want?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't you think you've been hiding from yourself? Did you ever try and discover the person you really were, deep down underneath?
I never cared to. I'm not so sure I do now.
In that case, I'm afraid I can't help you. But of course, that's entirely up to you.
So her dad was a free spirit and an
go on,
artist.
then.
Her mom died before she was,
I was
even
doing what I wanted
here in
to.
America.
Playing my own way and making my own rules.
You're right about that good vibe. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Nobody but yourself. And it didn't really make you happy, did it? Wasn't that because down underneath you knew there was something missing? Something important?
I suppose so.
That would worry you, wouldn't it? And then you would drug yourself with the excitement of more excitement. Oh, I know the pattern, Miss Damien. You're suffering from a disease of the times, a neurotic malady as commonplace as chronic alcoholism. Suppose for a moment that you were an alcoholic. They're much the same, you know. Unsure of themselves underneath and seeking reassurance from new excitement. Instead of getting at the cause, the drunkard solves his problem by taking another drink. This, of course, is no solution. And eventually we find him sprawled hopelessly at a bar, without the strength or even the desire to save himself.
I can't go on with this. You're not helping me. You're insulting me.
You've been insulting yourself, Miss Damien. Insulting your body and insulting your soul. Your life hasn't been gay and glamorous at all. It's just been muddled and senseless. You know that now.
This goes back to
If you really want to
1947.
change it, you can start right away.
He refers to alcoholism as a disease.
Now it's up to you.
I wasn't aware that alcoholism had been considered a disease that far back.
You can have my apartment, Ethel. The rent's paid till the end of the month. Darling, I feel like a vulture, wheeling over your head. I'm not in, whoever it is.
Miss Damien's office. No, she still hasn't come in, Mr. Corson. Well, I don't know exactly. Later in the day,
Did he hang up?
Yes, good. Let me call him back, darling. You may be sorry later.
Everything in this pile returned without comment. This I would ask to see more of their work, and these you may be able to use.
But you haven't given me your new address.
I'm not giving it to anyone.
Hello, Madeline. Beautiful, would you mind popping out for a minute?
That's just 60 seconds. You better talk fast.
Madeline, I'm on a jam. I've got to raise some money. I need about $5,000.
What do you expect me to do about it?
Well, I thought you might talk to Cortland. I'm sure he'd let you have it if you ask him nicely.
Yo.
You're really quite a rat, aren't you?
Look, Madeline, I'm in debt up to here. I only make $100 a week, and you know I can't live on that. $5,000 doesn't mean a thing to Cortland.
You better get out of here before I lose my temper.
You're forcing me to say things that I don't want to say, but if you're going to act cold and virtuous about it, you'll hear them. Suppose I tell Cranish
Tell him what?
about Cortland. You know, you've got a very nice job here, but you won't have it very long if I tell Cranish. I don't want to tell him, but...
Oh, my God.
What's so funny?
As a blackmailer, you are pitiful. Go on, tell him. Tell him what a rat I am, and you are, and he is. Go on, use my phone if you want, and my desk, and my office. I'm through with all of them.
I thought she has an accent. It struck me last time. Her family's Hungarian, they said. I thought she just sounded very posh when I last saw this film. I think she's supposed to have some kind of Hungarian
about
accent, very
magazines?
slight.
No, Miss Damien hasn't been back. Just a moment, please.
I'm sorry, she doesn't work here anymore. You might try at her home. Waldorf Apartments.
Waldorf
she quit?
Apartments? Miss Damien? Oh, no, she gave up her apartment. Why don't you try the post office?
But it's a cool hat. He has an apartment hat.
Dalton?
And she's AWOL. She's gone. Good vibes here. U.S. Prohibition was around the 20s.
137 West 50th Street.
I'm sure through alcoholism, I'm sure the alcoholism would have been known about since soon after it was uptook en masse.
Nothing to do except that Miss Damien has taken my advice as a doctor. She'd been living in an area of infection and she's removed herself from it.
I take it you consider me part of the general contamination.
Now, you've come here for information, not diagnosis. I usually charge a fee for insulting people.
I'm willing to pay for data of any kind.
Yes, I gathered that. But I've nothing for sale.
Oh,
I
isn't this
suppose
like
you're
honorable
being
stuff?
very ethical, but I'd like to talk to Madeline. In your presence, if you wish.
Miss Damien is living under a different name in a different world. She told me to tell you, if you inquired, that she was busy growing a new soul. Now, would you please keep off the grass? Goodbye, Mr. Cortland.
Bye, Doctor. Doesn't it ever worry you, playing the almighty in this fashion?
Not particularly. I'm used to it.
Oh my god. Yo, dick measuring. Well, I mean, typically good vibe, you know, alcohol, you know, let's just say drunkenness has been considered more like a habit than a disease. Going back historically. There are some to this day that don't recognize it as a disease.
How's it look? It's better than torn wallpaper.
So you think I've talent then?
Well, you'll do better after you get the hang of it.
I only hope the new tenant will like it.
Well, he seems awful particular. He's a floor walker at Macy's.
Oh, well, you can always give it back to me.
He'll never sell it, you know. Take my advice and try something more cheerful. You know, like flowers and butterflies.
I'll do that. Thank you, Mrs. Geiger.
That's the Wicked Witch of the West. You guys ever have mice in your house? I do. All the time.
Thanks. You saved my life.
Is this yours?
Yes. Mrs. Geiger would scalp me if she knew I kept mice in my room.
Well, why do you keep mice in your room?
Pathologist, part of my homework. I really shouldn't bring these fellas out of the lab, but, well, I got kind of attached to this one. Now, thanks again.
This is Dennis O'Keefe.
Hey.
Many times a leading man.
Women are supposed to scream. Aren't you afraid of mice?
Well, no, but next time I'll scream.
Damn. That's what women's supposed to do, dude?
Good afternoon, Miss Green. Hello.
My
How's it
bad.
going? Oh, all right, I think. You got it.
Dude, the drip in this movie is out of control, dude. Who is a fashion designer for this film? So she's back to painting, how like her father used to do.
Come in.
Hello.
Hello.
Say, you're an artist, aren't you?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, Mrs. Geiger said yesterday that you were. She's an authority if I ever saw one. I was wondering, could you do a job for me?
Hey, Lavendi. I did not
Lavendi.
Lavendi.
Me? Oh, no. No, nothing like that. I'm doing some research, and it has to be illustrated.
Oh, what do you want me to draw?
Nothing fancy, just blood cells and things.
Sounds fascinating.
Oh, it is, really. You see, it's a lot like... Oh, no, you'd be surprised. It really is fascinating once you get in it.
This is Dishonored Lady
Well,
Lavendi from
I couldn't
1947.
pay you very much. Matter of fact, I couldn't pay anything till the first of the month.
That'll be all right.
Oh, fine. Swell. So I'll settle then. I'll see you at my place about 6 o'clock.
Oh, but couldn't I?
Oh, sure you can. I just live downstairs. You know, the mousetrap.
I would have liked to Lavendi, but didn't get the chance to get out and get some food
By
yet.
the way, my name is Cousins.
Mine is Dixon.
Very glad to know you, Miss Dix.
I miss the times before COVID where I can go out in the middle of the night and go grocery shopping, but I can't anymore. It's kind of hard to find time these days. So he's a scientist. He lives downstairs.
Just what am I drawing? Am I allowed to find out?
Sure. Effective anti-reticular serum on cell tissue.
That's all I wanted to know.
Oh, say, that's quite good. I'll take it to the lab with me in the morning. I'm just about ready for the next one.
Do you realize it's 12 o'clock?
Hmm?
I haven't had my dinner yet. And you haven't either.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, but well, I got so wound up on this.
So did I, but now I'm hungry.
Well, tell you what let's do. We'll go out and eat.
That's a brilliant idea.
Boy meets girl, dude.
I'll get you coated.
He did live in. You just missed it. He has a mouse in his house. I thought she met him. She met him by finding his pet
You do
mouse.
this all the time.
Only since I got out of the Army. I was lucky to get this job of research. Now I've got to get it finished.
Then what?
Oh, then I go back to Oregon and become the usual respectable small-town doctor.
No mice?
No. No mice.
So he's out of
Head
town.
colds and belly aches. $5 a visit.
Maybe you'll like it. You'll get some rest.
Oh, I'll get plenty of rest, all right, but I don't think I'll like it.
You folks going out this time of night?
That's right.
We're meeting a few friends at the Busy Bee cafeteria. We don't want to miss the floor show. We'll have to hurry.
See that he eats. He hasn't got any more sense than a goose.
I'll feed it with a spoon.
I wonder what time it's supposed to be. Said this hour?
I got
What time are you going to go
in a
now?
little town in Germany while I was still in the Army. I met a couple of Russian medical officers who were working on anti-reticular, and well, they were pretty steamed up about it.
Pfizer?
No, thanks.
At the buffet?
We
I'm
got
so
together
hungry.
The first night over a bottle of vodka. I remember the town was still burning. Well, maybe it was the vodka, but anyhow, we got to talking about anti-reticular, and, well, I guess I got pretty excited.
You mean you speak Russian?
Over a bottle of vodka, anybody speaks Russian. Care for some coffee?
No, thanks. I've
Is that true?
One, please. At any rate, I promised myself that night that just as soon as the war was over, I was going to do a job of this.
You haven't stopped to eat ever since.
That's an error I'm just about to rectify.
$1 even.
$1. Just $1 for all that? Can't even get a goddamn taco for $1. Good vibes this year. Also, the amount of films we've seen with drunkards in them in this era, huh?
Oh, yes, thanks.
After Prohibition ended, huh?
You know, I don't think you're much of a doctor. Do you call this a sensible diet? Pancakes and pickles?
Well, scientifically, there's two kinds of diets. The kind that doctors prescribe and the stuff they eat themselves.
But you're always in such a rush. You can't make scientific discoveries that way.
Sure you can. Take Banning. He saw some flies nibbling in a piece of pancreas. Figured out that there must be sugar in it. In 1 minute, he had the idea for insulin.
True story.
You know, you're a very lovely girl.
You're not being very scientific, Doctor.
Oh, but I am. It's the very heart of science. It's the truth.
Let's talk about insulin.
Insulin.
Shot. He shot his shot, dude. He got shot down. But I mean, how long have they known each other? I guess for a little while. Right? We're gonna have like a montage here. She was already working with him when we saw her there. Could be the same day though, right? She was coming down at 6. Science montage. He's studying stuff and she's drawing it. I guess before they could photograph stuff under a microscope. So she peeks through the microscope and she draws what she sees.
Come in.
Hello.
Hello. Say, did you buy these new manuscript covers?
Yes, are they all right?
Oh, sure, they're fine. How much they cost?
Oh, nothing at all. Something like 20 cents.
Oh, nothing at all, huh? You know you can buy a pair of good mice for 20 cents?
David, I have some wonderful news. I just sold a picture.
No fooling. Who bought it?
The floor walker downstairs. He said it's almost as good as a photograph.
Well, the man has great taste. Oh, I think it's wonderful. I'm proud of him. And I'm a little proud of myself, too. David Cousins on anti-reticular.
Oh, David, it looks fine. It's important, isn't it? I mean, not just to you, but really important.
Well, it won't cure all the ills of man or beast, but yes. Yes, I think it may be important. And I also think that I better hand it in before I start changing it again. Like to come along?
Oh, could I?
Well, sure, why not? I think you've been drawing blood cells long enough. It's time now for you to meet one of them face to face.
Sounds like fun. I guess. Chlamydia for a date. Part of pathology. He's a pathologist. Apparently, when he's at work, he works on mice, he said. He got attached to one of them and took him home with him.
I hope your text is as good as your illustrations.
I hope so too, sir.
And she said, nah, see? I didn't do those.
Well, that's that.
That's my girl,
Didn't tell him they were
Heidi.
your drawings, did you?
I didn't tell him they weren't. Come on, I'll show you my lab.
This dude.
Coffee.
Give credit to the artist,
I'd drink
dude.
it if I were you.
Should say it right on the front of the damn manuscript.
Pathologist.
Art by Miss Damien.
Well, this is me. How do you like it?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. But how do you find anything in this place?
Been here for 6 months and I haven't lost anything yet. Doesn't matter anyway. The boss okays my research, I'll be out of here in a week.
Uh-oh.
Back to Oregon?
Yes, back to Oregon.
Well, that was
All
film
that
lasted.
way just to make a living.
Is it as bad as all that?
Oh, what's the use in kidding, Madeline? I'm so much in love with you, I can't see straight. I haven't done any work in here for days. I just sit around waiting until I can see you.
I know. Because that's just what I do. Wait to see you.
Darling. Oh, darling, I never felt like this about anyone before. Tell me, when did you first know?
Oh, when I first saw you, I think.
Yeah, me too. I'll never forget you standing in that hall with a mouse in your hand. Only I didn't know then what was happening. I thought I had the flu.
What a dork.
Will you marry me?
Oh, David.
Well, will you?
We don't know each other. I mean...
He's trying to fight it, dude.
You don't know me.
Oh, but I do. Of course I know you. Now, what do you want to know about me? David Cousins, M.D., University of Oregon, Captain Medical Corps Reserve, young, healthy, and very much in love. Will you marry me?
You know, she's given to romance.
Oh, please don't ask me now.
Well, I've got
He's trying to
ask
fight
you
it.
now. I want to marry you now.
Please give me time, David. I'm all mixed up. I'd like to go home now.
All right.
Yeah, like, you're right about the good vibe. I think this film paints a pretty fair picture of depression. It's supposed to be a message against, like, hedonism. You know, it's about trying to find something substantial in your life, not something just exciting. I do think that watching it a second time through, there is more of, like, a moral condescension than I remember being in there last time. But for what it's worth, they cast an equal disparagement on her father for having the same lifestyle. I wouldn't say necessarily, you know, misogynistic in that respect. But yeah, I think it paints a pretty fair picture of depression insofar as, you know, people, you know, like manic depression. On one half of her life, she's living in the fast lane, jumping from love to love, passion to passion. But then, you know, when in between, she suffers these debilitating lows. It's pretty sad.
Madeline, you haven't answered a rather important question I asked you.
I can't say no, because I wouldn't mean it.
Oh, man. Back in the day, bro.
David, I do love you. Good night, darling.
You know, she kind of doesn't trust herself. It's kind of implied that she's not really happy exactly, yeah. And that's part of her motivation for jumping from man to man in her fashion designer life, yeah. Yeah, I say it's strongly implied. It wouldn't be a problem if she was happy doing it. Oh.
You better close the door.
How do you find her, dude?
A gentleman I hired provided me with your new address and the proper keys.
And the keys?
Suppose someone had seen you. You wouldn't have cared, would you?
I didn't think it mattered. You see, I expected to find you wretched and lonely, grappling with your complexes. Rather naive of me.
Will you please go?
Of course I'll go. But before I do, wouldn't you like to tell me about him?
Why? I'm in love. Now, laugh if you want.
I don't feel like laughing. I've always wondered if it were possible for people like you and me. And you think you've really got it? Love eternal, the fireside, the slippers, the whole thing?
Yes, the whole thing.
I'm very glad for you. And I think I'm a little sad for myself. You haven't told him, have you?
Told him what?
Well, about me, for instance.
Why should I tell him?
You're absolutely right. You shouldn't. Men prefer to keep their illusions, don't they?
Oh,
Please
my
go.
God.
If you ever need me, you'll let me know, won't you? And don't call the past too many names.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at how smug he is, dude. He's like, yeah, you're still the same old girl, dude. Can't turn down a smooch. David, Cole, long time no see, dude. What the fuck? It's been a minute. How you been?
Care what you say. I'm going to marry him just as soon as it can be arranged.
You want to run away from your problem?
I'm not running away.
How you know? You're looking for security from someone else instead of building it within yourself.
But I love him. I can't talk.
I
to you
love
if you don't
him.
Believe me.
Falling in love doesn't cure everything overnight.
What do you mean?
Let's be honest.
Easy game, Brian. How's that
There's a side of you
face?
that hasn't fully changed. Isn't that true?
It's a process.
That is true, isn't it?
Welcome home, David. Welcome home.
Yes.
I feel like I haven't seen that name in my chat for 2 years at least. Maybe 3.
Have you still not told David about yourself?
I couldn't tell him.
You let him fall in love with an illusion, with someone who doesn't exist.
I could never tell him. He might stop loving me.
Isn't that a risk you'll have to take?
You're being very careless about it.
You can't build a lifetime relationship on a lie. If you're really in love, you'll tell him. With the others, it was different. But if you love him...
Will you please stop saying if? How many times must I tell you I love him?
But real love is a sharing. If you're strong enough to face this yourself, you're strong enough to face it with David.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't risk the only happiness I've ever had.
That's up to you, Miss Damien.
Oh my God. He's kind of a dick vibe, but he's trying to be square with her, I guess. Did you good, David? You passed by too fast for me to notice. I'm sorry, dude. Pleasure having you here, though. Welcome home.
Hi.
Hello, darling. You're home early, aren't you?
Well, I didn't get fired, if that's what you mean. Dr. Lutz read my paper.
Really? What did he say?
Well, he liked it.
Oh, David, that's wonderful.
The only trouble is he thinks it's so important he wants me to go to Chicago and read it before the convention.
Oh, David, no.
Well, that's not my idea. I don't want to go.
Well, when will you have to leave?
Tonight, gotta catch the 8 o'clock plane.
And when will you come back?
Oh, I don't know, a few days. But I tell you what, as soon as I get back, let's get married. You can get a license in 3 days, and it only takes 15 minutes to get married.
This guy's in a rush.
You still want to marry me, don't you?
More than anything in the world.
Dude, back in the day, you know a girl for 2 weeks, and you're like, hey, I gotta leave back to Oregon, so maybe we should get married.
Kind of silly at that convention. Of course, it's a great honor and all that, but you realize that I'll be talking before some of the biggest men in the field? What's the matter, darling?
She's lost in thought.
I was just thinking how I'd feel if you didn't love me.
Oh, don't be silly. Not a chance.
David, could you ever stop loving me?
Well, that's really a gruesome thought. Of course not.
Even if there was a reason?
The world is bothering you.
Nothing. I just wanted to be sure.
Sure about what?
That you loved me and not a illusion you built up about me.
Scientists can't believe in illusions. I believe in you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
That's not true, dude.
That'll be enough.
Happened every day.
I would think it'll have to be. That's
Trust
all
me.
I've got. Socks? Well, just about does it.
It's hard, guys. It's hard to love somebody for who they really are. That's tough.
Was there something special on your mind? Something that you wanted to tell me?
Just that I love you, that's all.
Edie, come on. Use your words. Now's your chance. She wants to live in a dream, too, dude. I know that feeling.
Write me every day?
Every day.
Hope you miss me. Hope you suffer like a maniac.
I will, I promise.
Oh, gosh, I hate to leave you. You know, I'm going to be jealous.
Jealous of what?
Oh, I don't know. Nobody, everybody. Just jealous.
Darling, I belong to you, don't you know that? I'm only alive because you love me.
We'll be married the minute I get back.
That's the way to do it, guys. That's the way to do it. Trust me.
If it isn't Madeline.
Oh, what
How
the?
are you? It's been a long time.
Oh, my.
David, this is Mr. Garrett. I used to work with him on a magazine.
Howdy, Garrett. I quit the racket, though, or perhaps the racket quit me.
Garrett's doing some confidential work for me now. How are you, Miss Dixon?
This is Mr. Cortland, David. Dr. Cuss is my fiancé.
You're a very lucky man, Doctor.
I think so.
Well, goodbye, Miss Dixon. My congratulations to you.
Don't call me Dixon, bro. It's not my name.
Good night.
It can be hard to like someone for who they are. Love kind of is just there as a feeling I mostly get by.
Garrett, you're a very cynical man. You don't believe in true love.
You don't think Madeline does either, do you?
I don't know, but I've always been fascinated by miracles.
Come in.
Love can be very deceptive, dude.
Telegram for you, Miss Dixon. I thought I'd bring it up myself. I thought it might be important. The news?
That was some nasty suicide, bro.
He won't be back till Friday.
That's men for you. You never can count on them. Oh, I forgot. A doctor somebody called you, said you were to call Miss Ethel Royce. She's been trying to get in touch with you. Friend of yours?
Yes.
Her old friend Ethel, huh?
I suppose you got your own reasons, but you ought to get out and see your friends, instead of sitting in this room all day and all night.
Thanks, Mrs. Geiger.
Thanks,
Not
Mom.
my business, mind you.
Yeah, it is good vibe. Yeah, it's actually her. This is filmed from 47, so I think it's after The Wizard of Oz, I think.
Ethel, this is Madeline. Madeline.
Darling, but this is really a voice from the dead. I pestered that doctor of yours for hours. I just have to talk to you.
Well, what about?
Will you remember that art supplement, the one you started? Well, I do need your help, dear. I'm in an awful mess.
Sorry, dear. I'll never come into that office again as long as I live.
Oh, but I wouldn't ask you to do that. Just meet me somewhere. It'll only take an hour, I promise.
An hour?
Well, if it's just the two of us. All right.
Are you paying
I'll be
me?
there at 5.
Oh, so relieved. We were really desperate. Wonderful. I'm just dying to see you. Bye, dear.
5 minutes?
She'll do
15?
it.
Good. Wonderful thing. Professional pride. It never dies. How'd you sound?
Awful. What do you expect?
Too bad.
Victor, I don't want you to be there.
Wouldn't think of spoiling your reunion, my dear.
I don't trust Madeline, doctor or no doctor. Nor you either, my sweet.
Professional pride, dude. Guys, don't work for free. I don't care how proud you are of your work, dude.
Hello, Miss Damien. Glad to see you back.
Glad to see you.
That's exactly why you shouldn't do it for free. But it's tough. I know that feeling. There are times where my boss will call me and be like, hey,
Hello, Luigi. Is Miss Roy
think about it.
here?
Come in. We need your help.
Came in, Miss Damien.
Can't pay you, but I'd be like,
We missed you, Miss Damien. Have you been away?
don't fuck up my shit.
But it's nice to be back just the same. Hello, Ethel.
Darling, you look wonderful. A little pale, but so interesting.
You know, I can't stay very long.
Oh, I understand, dear. We'll get right to work.
There we go.
The usual, Miss Damien?
Well, I don't know, Carl.
You'd better. Wait till you see the mess I'm in with the supplement. All right, Carl. Darling, I'm just dying to hear what you've been up to. You must tell me everything.
But there's nothing to tell. Come on, let's go to work.
Oh, he ain't trying to gossip, dude.
You're just marvelous, my dear. You made the whole project seem utterly simple and practical.
Not for me, please.
Darling, you used to be able to drink 10 in a row.
I'm out of training.
No one would know it, my dear. You seem just like the old Madeleine again.
It's the surroundings.
What do you say we have dinner and go to a show?
No, really, I've got to stagger home.
Madeline, my dear, this is a surprise.
Victor, hello.
What good fortune running into you like this? Do you mind?
Don't let us fool you, Madeline. You heard me making the date with you.
It's true, but I'll deny it. Frankly, I wanted to have a look at you. You look very dashing for a hermit.
Thank you.
We've all missed you desperately, haven't we, Ethel?
As though our little hearts would break.
What about a drink with your old boss?
I
Please.
had enough.
3, whatever it is.
I've got all the data we need on the supplement.
Good. What about the data on Madeline?
No data. Now, if you'll excuse me, I
You
really
can't
had
go
to-
now. Look who you'll run into.
Oh my god. They're getting her drunk, Ryan. You know, we've seen this, her problem in this movie is that she's not very
Garrett no longer graces our staff.
strong-willed.
You've got to be utterly gritty.
She gets bullied all the time in this
There's a
movie.
slight discrepancy in his accounts. Mr. Garrett believes that the world owes him a gay life, no matter who pays for it.
Well, hello, stranger. How are you?
Wonderful.
Nobody here seems particularly glad to see me.
Should we be?
Oh, well, it's been nice knowing you.
Ooh.
was one reason for my ivory tower.
What? Darling, I'm constantly running into men who adore you. Slews of them.
Hated them all. I know what you're thinking. I had an odd way of expressing my distaste.
Not odd, darling. Shall we say just, moody?
Well, here's to memory.
Cheers, guys. Hope you guys having a fun evening, too.
Mr. Cortland, please.
Just a moment, sir.
Oh, this dude's reporting to his boss. This guy got hired as a PI, they said, right? For this guy,
Just a
essentially.
minute.
He's counting his jewels, man. Just rich for no reason. That's life, man. He said he inherited the company and mostly runs itself. He's just fucking crazy rich.
Come in.
Mr. Garrett on the phone, sir.
All right. Hello, Garrett.
I have some interesting news. Do you know who's here? Madeline.
How considerate of you to call. By the way, I've just been through the stones in my safe, and one's missing. The stone's not terribly important, but you're the only person who knows about my safe, and the fact is you did have my keys for quite a while yesterday.
What are you getting at?
Only that I don't like thieves.
But you're being ridiculous. Let me come over and talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about. I'm taking it up with the police.
Oh!
You can't do that.
Oh my god. Dude, he's fucking told him flat out.
Mr. Garrett again, sir.
Tell him I've gone out.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cortland has just left.
You fucking hurt him though, dude. Let's go, Brian. Get some pizza, dude.
Are you all right, darling? Of course I am.
You're not going to disappear again.
Oh, yes. Back to my treetop.
It's raining. Let me drive you home.
Oh, no. Ethel wouldn't approve.
Good luck, my dear, in your treetop.
Bye, darling.
Doesn't want to know where she lives. I'm gonna get some pizza too.
Let's face it.
From the fridge.
Changed woman.
She'll never change, darling. She's just got herself a new set of words, that's all.
It's raining, it's snowing, dude. Raining, raining, snowing, snowing.
Madeline,
Red leaves falling, blowing, blowing.
hop in.
No, thanks. I'm waiting for a cab.
Don't be silly. There are no cabs. You'll get drenched.
Please.
I'll drop you off.
I'm going home alone.
Come on, in you get.
Oh my god. This creep. He just grabbed it.
Get to what it.
Your concern is touching,
Quite a coincidence finding you in the rain.
is it?
I can't lie to you, especially when there's no point to it. I was informed you were playing hooky.
Looking forward to a good time.
You're detestable.
Get something good.
I'm really not detestable at all. I happen to be very fond of beauty, which shouldn't be a crime in your eyes.
Please, no debates. I'm a little dizzy.
A good dinner will soon take care of that.
Why do you always hound me? You know I despise you and everything you stand for.
There's always a chance I may be able to improve your opinion and your manners.
Oh my god.
You know you're very lovely.
Please don't bother. I'm not listening.
Leave her alone, bro. Tomato, spinach, arugula, mozzarella, double tomato sauce. That's cool.
Don't you remember you visited here once upon a time?
You're foul. You said you were taking me home.
You forgot to mention the subject. A significant omission, as your friend Freud would say. Come on, I'm getting soaked.
Satlantia. I'm going home.
Right after dinner. Think how wonderful you'll feel when you slap my face.
Oh my god. He's too persuasive, dude. What's she gonna do? She's in his car anyway. It's scary as fuck.
Your bones, maybe even your heart. Still cold?
Oh, no. It's quite warm in here.
Cigarette?
Thanks. Very warm.
Light?
What a lighter. Holy shit.
Detestable, am I?
No. I am.
Why?
Because I ought to go home.
In this rain, you mustn't even think of it.
You see, you are detestable.
And you've been very annoying for months. Madeline, we belong together. You know that.
No, I don't know that.
Of course you do. We feel the same way about
You're
life.
not making sense, Mr. Courtney.
Why make sense? Doesn't this make more sense than talking and lying?
No sense at all.
Then what would you call it, darling?
Stupid.
Madeline, you're wonderful.
Stupid.
You're sweeter than ever.
Oh my. Kroger's private selection pizzas are too strong. Oh, you like Kroger? I don't know you like Kroger down there in Texas. Oh shit, she's realized, she's like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. We're out in the rain. What you gonna do, walk home? Oh my gosh, he walks in the rain, dude. Like in Cowboy Bebop.
But I tell you, I'm going to raise the money. I'll pay you, honestly.
I don't like dealing with thieves. That's a job for the police.
If you swear out a warrant, you'll never get a dime. Look, I didn't sell it. I just had to have some money temporarily. Here's the pawn ticket.
I'm not interested in pawn tickets. Good night,
But,
Gary.
Carter, you got to give me a chance.
I said good night.
Out of my house. Fucking scumbag, what a creep. He's creepier than the creepy guy, man. We got creeps on creeps. The creep layers. Creeps on top of creeps.
You've got to let me talk to you. Let me explain this.
You stupid fool.
You'll have the stone back. I'll get it to you. I promise I will. All I need is a little more time, just a couple of weeks. What are you doing?
Phoning the police.
You can't do that. I'm not going to let you ruin me.
Oh my god. Where's the man's bowler? Oh shit! Oh my god! He cracked that dude's noodle, bro. He cracked his fucking noodle. Like an egg. Easy game, Brian. One hit, dude. Can you imagine if that was like a third strike? One hit. Got the cross up. In the back of the head.
You're looking very lovely this morning, Mrs. Geiger.
You wasn't expected back until Friday.
That's what I like. A cheery welcome home. Miss Dixon upstairs?
I haven't seen her this morning.
He's home early.
Who is it?
Who goes there? I'm still hungover from last night.
Hi.
Darling.
Oh, I couldn't wait till Friday. I just said my little piece and ran out on them.
Oh, I needed you so
He said peace.
I feel lost without you. Don't ever leave me.
He was like, peace.
Depend on. Say, I've got big news. I'm a success.
Oh, tell me all about it.
I wonder what was the matter with you. You don't look very good. Come on, I think you better get back in bed. Now then. First, I don't have to go back to Bellyaches in Oregon.
Oh, for real?
You're not marrying a small-town country doctor, young lady. You're marrying a promising young research scientist.
Let's go.
At least that's what Dr. Broder says, and he ought to know. He's got a long white beard.
But
Exactly, good
darling,
vibe.
I'm so proud of you.
He peaced out.
I think I'll take your temperature. Gee, I wish you could have been there. When I finished reading my paper, they all got together and offered me my own laboratory in California. I still can't believe it.
Why couldn't she be there? That's my
There it is,
question.
right in the paper.
This
You'll
is,
find it on
she's
the
his
bottom of
fiance.
page 10.
How can he have been like, hey? Oh, what the fuck? Oh my! Oh my! Oh, she fainted. She's out.
He makes you feel that you're really important. You know what he said to...
Cool effect with the audio there.
Madeline, what's the matter? Oh, darling, you're cold as ice. You've got a chill. You stay right here. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, don't go. Don't leave me.
I'll only be a second. I want to get a hot water bottle and some more blankets.
Oh my god. Life comes at you fast, dude. Life comes at you fast. These old drama films, that's for sure.
Madeline Dixon at home?
I don't know. Friends of hers?
We're from police headquarters. Where's the room?
Upstairs.
What do you want to see Miss Dixon about?
We'll tell her.
Well, perhaps you'd better tell me first. Miss Dixon isn't well.
Who are you?
He's a doctor. He lives here.
If it isn't important, I suggest you come back tomorrow.
It's important.
Could you get some extra blankets and a hot water bottle, please?
You a friend of Miss Dixon's?
That's why.
Just asking.
We're fiancé, bro.
An accident or something?
I wouldn't call it an accident.
We should cut out this mystery and tell me what it's all about.
Okay, Doc, take it easy.
You need to know basic stock.
These men are from the police. They want to
We'll take over from here, Doc. I'm Sergeant Patelli. This is Sergeant Beitler. You're a friend of Felix Cortland's, weren't you? Matter of fact, you were with him last night.
No, I wasn't.
Did you see Mr. Cortland any time yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Now, look, Miss Damien, we wouldn't be here asking questions unless we already knew most of the answers.
Oh, wait a minute. Her name's not Damien. I think you've got the wrong party.
I think maybe you've got the wrong party, Doc. The name happens to be Damien. This happens to be a case of murder. Take a look at that newspaper.
Oh my God, what's up, got him? Watching Dishonored Lady, dude.
I want to know what's going on in here. This is my house, and
Thank
I've
you,
got
Brian.
to know.
Sorry, madam, we'll talk to you later.
As long as I've been here, there's never been police
Take
in
her
this
and see
house.
what you can find out.
lady. Come along.
Now, Miss Damien, tell us what happened last night. What time did you leave Cortland's house?
Oh, Dave.
You and this guy, Cortland, were pretty sweet on each other, isn't that right?
Oh, but it isn't. It isn't true.
Now, according to the chauffeur, you got to Cortland's house at 6:45. What time did you leave?
Oh, but I didn't go into the house. I met him by accident. David, don't look at me like that.
Oh my God.
Not very long, only a few months.
Know that she was mixed up with this guy, Cortland?
Oh, but it's a lie. David, it's a lie.
Okay, so you didn't go into the house with Cortland?
No, I didn't. He wanted me to come to the house, but I wouldn't do it. Oh, I didn't go into the house. I didn't, I tell you.
Who you telling, me or the doc here? Did you get anything?
She came in about 9.
In a cab?
No, she was walking in the rain. Landlady said she looked kind of wild-eyed.
What about Cortland?
He was here, all right. He visited her a couple of weeks ago.
Get the date?
Yeah, April 10th, around midnight.
Anything else?
The landlady thought that Cortland had a key to this place. She was kind of vague as to how he got it.
I didn't give him a key. David, you can't believe that.
I've got his key ring here. This one fits.
Oh.
Key, all right.
Oh my.
But I didn't give it to him.
Oh my. Yo, he's salty as fuck, dude.
Where are you going? Oh, David, don't leave me. I didn't kill him, I swear. I didn't kill him.
Who cares whether you killed him or not?
Dennis, come on, dude. That's your woman, man. Be supportive. She needs you right now, dude. But he's too self-centered. I don't appreciate that. He's fucking jealous, pissed off, feels deceived. But, I mean, you know, she's under investigation right now for murder. The least he could do is be there and comfort her. But, again, I understand that it feels to have that heartache, the jealousy. He's thinking about himself right now.
Well, it isn't regulations. Okay, 60 seconds.
David, please listen to me.
You lied to me. You've always lied to me.
But I'm not lying now.
She did, though, for
I
real.
didn't want to go with him. He said he'd drive me home.
And he made love to you, didn't he? Oh, don't deny it. Of course he made love to you. He had a key to your room.
I should have told you many things. I tried to, but I just couldn't.
If this thing were so innocent, you would have told me. When I said I was in love with you. When I asked you to marry me.
I was afraid, David. I was afraid you wouldn't understand.
You bet I wouldn't.
Before I met you, I was horrible. But you changed all that. You made me sane and happy.
Why keep on lying? You tried that upstairs and it didn't work. Look, I was in love with you. All right, I made a mistake. I thought you were something wonderful and you turned out to be something else. So let's just forget about it. The only thing that you can do for me is let me alone.
Oh, David!
I love you, David. I'll always love you.
He's talking out of hurt, dude. He's talking out of hurt. Snap out of it, David. Snap out of it, man. He didn't mean that shit, dude. Tell me he didn't mean that shit. It's the cops, Scott. It's just the cops. You'd be talking fast, too, if you'd been accused of murder. Oh, my God.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the prosecution will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Madeline Damien is guilty of the premeditated murder of Felix Cortland.
What do you guys think? She do it? I don't know.
We will prove that she was in his apartment the night he was murdered.
Okay. In the apartment.
We will prove that her fingerprints are on the table lighter.
They got prints? That's pretty bad.
And we will prove further that she had a motive for the murder.
What was the motive?
For after all, this is a very simple story. To one man, Dr. Cousins, she was a pure and noble woman. To the other, Felix Cortland, an irresponsible light of love. Too self-indulgent to be faithful to the man she wanted to marry. Too weak and lacking in character to break with Cortland.
Oh, my...
Her twisted soul was bent on a heartless deceit. To make one man believe what all others knew to be a lie. And when Cortland threatened to expose her, she went to his apartment to plead with him in the only way she knew.
Oh
She
my
embraced
God.
him. She made love to him. And when in spite of that, he threatened to expose the lie that she was living, she silenced him forever.
Oh my God, dude. Sounds like an open shut case to me.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the state asks you to find Madeline Damien guilty. Guilty of murder in the first degree.
Damn. What's up, Katie? Welcome aboard, dude.
On the night Mr. Cortland called on the defendant, did you let him into her apartment?
I certainly did not.
How did he get in then?
He must have had a key of his own.
The key of his own.
How'd I get the key, though?
Where was the defendant when he arrived?
Out to the doctor, I suppose, pulling the wool over his eyes.
Oh my. Oh, they're all laughing. He's right there, dude. He's right there.
Thank you, Mrs. Geiger. Your witness, Mr. Mitchell.
You've got to let me cross-examine her. No questions.
Oh, she's running. She's.
Damien, I can't defend you properly if you won't let me. We've got to put up a fight.
Fight? What for?
Oh, she wants to die, dude.
And now, Mr. Garrett, just what was the nature of the work you did for Mr. Cortland?
Well, most of it was personal. Confidential secretary, I suppose you'd call it.
And in that capacity, you were in a position to learn a great deal about his private life?
Yes, of course.
Did Mr. Cortland know that Miss Damien was lying to Dr. Cousins and concealing her true character from him?
I'd rather not answer that question, Mr. O'Brien. You see, both Miss Damien and Mr. Cortland were friends of mine.
Yes, I
You
understand.
scumbag.
Well, let's get back to
I wonder,
the
God. I wonder how they got these shots.
What was the attitude of the defendant when Cortland saw Dr. Cousins?
She was embarrassed, naturally.
She was embarrassed, naturally.
Quit judging, dude.
Your witness,
Keep it
Mr.
professional, dog.
I've got to cross-examine. If I don't, we haven't a chance.
Don't ask him anything.
No questions.
Were you a
Madeline,
close
snap
friend
out
of
of
the
it.
defendant?
Yes, I was.
Did she confide in you on matters of a personal nature?
Yes, she did.
If you were asked in this court, do you think you could recall any of those intimacies?
I could recall some of them in lurid detail.
Your Honor, I
object. Objection sustained.
Well, let me ask you this, Miss Royce. Would you say in general that men found Miss Damien attractive?
Definitely.
And would you say that Miss Damien found men attractive to her?
I'm afraid I most certainly would.
You would. What were
Madeline-
the relations between Miss Damien and her former employer, Mr. Crane?
That's your friend, Madeline.
They were,
Or whatever your name is.
friendly.
Ethel. She's Ethel.
In your opinion, was there anything more than friendly?
I object, Your Honor. The question calls for the conclusion of the witness and is prejudicial. Objection sustained.
That's your friend, girl. You gotta pick your friends carefully.
Cousins. I'm Dr. Caleb. Miss Damien's a patient of mine. I don't happen to think she's guilty of murder, do you?
No, I don't.
She may be guilty of other things, but in there she's being tried for murder. And she won't even defend herself.
She's got a pretty good lawyer, hasn't she?
She needs your help, Doctor. In her own mind, she's not on trial for murder. She's on trial for those other things. And it's not the judge who's trying that case, it's you.
I don't want to be rude, Doctor, but I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry to disagree. You see, I've been treating Miss Damien for some time. I happen to be her psychiatrist.
Dr. Caleb.
I'm sorry to have bothered you, Doctor.
Oh my God. I wouldn't do you. You're a friend of mine, good vibe. Wouldn't get up there and fucking yank your name through the mud. Like Ethel. Fuck Ethel, dude. She's two-faced. I want to be an Ethel about it.
Your name, please?
If you're watching the stream right now and you're an Ethel, get out.
Miss Damien came
Don't need
to
your
you
kind
for-
here, dude.
Yes?
Did she come of her own free will?
Yes, of course.
Isn't it true, Doctor, that people do not go to a psychiatrist unless they consider themselves, well, shall we say, not well balanced?
In general, that's correct.
As a matter of fact, wasn't Miss Damien on the verge of committing suicide when she made her first visit to you?
Your Honor, I object.
Well, no matter. We'll prove that by other witnesses. However, is it not true that people who come to you as patients come with problems?
Objection. Objection overruled.
Oh my God.
There'd be no point in their coming to me if they didn't have problems.
So the defendant came to you with a problem.
Everybody got
You
problems,
tell us,
dog.
Doctor, in your opinion, just what was Miss Damien's problem?
That is a confidential matter between doctor and patient. I'm afraid I can't discuss it.
Well, during the course of your treatment of Miss Damien, did you ever discuss her relationship with Dr. David Cousins?
Yes, we did.
Well, bearing in mind the fact that she's engaged to be married to Dr. Cousins, do you think she was as frank with him as she should have been?
As a matter of fact, I urged her to tell him everything.
And did she?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, why not, Doctor? Why didn't she?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask Miss Damien about that.
Did you ever meet Dr. Cousins?
Yes, just a few minutes ago.
Well, I'm sure you found him a reasonable, intelligent young man, and yet the defendant refused to confide in him.
Having met Dr. Cousins, I think I can see why Miss Damien hesitated to confide in him.
Oh, my...
Do you mind telling us why?
It's my impression that Dr. Cousins hasn't the capacity, either emotionally or intellectually, to understand a problem like Miss Damien's.
Oh, my God! Cook this fucking dude, Doc! Is he a doctor or is he a chef, bro?
How's the trial going, Doctor?
Not very well, I'm afraid.
Oh, my God, Brian.
Oh?
He said you weren't expecting him.
As a matter of fact, I was expecting him. Hello, Doctor. Sit down, relax. Tell me, is this a professional or a social call?
Dr. Caleb, you said some pretty rough things about me this afternoon.
Yes, I did, didn't I?
I think I'm entitled to an explanation.
So do I. As a matter of fact, I'm very glad you came over. I wanted to talk to you about Miss Damien.
I'm not interested in Miss Damien.
I'm glad to see you're still in love with her.
And I'm not in love with her.
All the better. Then we can approach the subject of Miss Damien as one scientist to another. You see, I'm interested in Miss Damien because she's a patient of mine. I believe I was well on the way to solving her problem. It would be most distressing to me if she were to die now for a crime she didn't commit. It would be as though you had lost one of your white mice, one that you had just inoculated.
What's all this got to do with me?
Only this, that when you testify tomorrow, you'll be asked to tell the truth, the whole truth. The whole truth about a human soul is a complicated proposition. Now, I'm not going to tell you anything about Miss Damien that you haven't already heard. But isn't it possible that you've picked up a few stray facts and added them up to a conclusion that's entirely wrong?
Oh, my God.
Won't you sit down, Doctor?
Let's have a chat, bruh. So sassy, good vibe. But again, he's just fucking tells it like it is, dude. He's a straight shooter. He shoots from the hip.
Hear ye. The court is now on stage.
Pissed off Madeline, too.
Call your next witness, Mr. O'Brien.
Dr. Cousins, please.
This will be their last witness. You've got to let me put you on the stand. I tell you quite frankly, Miss Damien, if you won't testify, you haven't got a chance.
Raise your right hand.
She don't care, bro.
I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Please be seated.
If I were her, I couldn't even sit there, bro.
David Cousins.
There's no way. It'd be too
What
awkward.
name did you know the defendant?
Madeline Dixon.
Did she ever tell you her true name?
No, sir.
Did she ever lie to you about her identity?
Yes, sir.
How long did she continue to lie to you?
Till the morning the police came.
Did she ever tell you about her relations with Cortland?
No, she didn't.
You proposed marriage to the defendant and she accepted you.
Yes, sir.
And still she didn't tell you about Cortland?
No, sir.
When did you first know of the true relationship between them?
Same morning, the morning the police came.
You still don't know the true relationship, dude.
And from the moment you met her until the day she was taken into custody, you didn't know the truth about her character.
I object, Your Honor.
Mr. O'Brien, haven't you covered your point?
Well, Your Honor, I'm merely trying to clarify for the jury the true nature of the defendant's motive.
Proceed.
Thank you. One more question, Dr. Cousins. If you had known the truth, would it have affected your love for the defendant?
Your Honor, I must protest.
Let him answer.
Objection withdrawn.
Oh, my God.
And now, Dr. Cousins, if you had known the truth, would it have affected your love for the defendant?
I was in love with Miss Damien then, and I'm in love with her now.
Oh, my God, dude.
Your witness, Mitchell?
No questions.
That's not enough. But now she can get on the stand.
Did you really mean it?
Yes, I really meant it.
Snap out of it, girl.
I can't believe it.
Now will you let me put you on the stand?
Dude, she's very weak-willed,
You went
dude.
to Cortland's apartment that night?
Yes.
He made love to you?
Yes.
Did you have any conversations about Dr. Cousins?
No.
Positive?
Yes, I am.
Well, tell me, Miss Damien, were you in love with Felix Cortland?
No, I wasn't.
Were you in love with Dr. Cousins?
Yes.
Oh. But you went to Cortland's apartment nevertheless.
Yes, I told you that.
You were in love with one man, yet you chose to visit the apartment of a man you didn't love. Did you go of your own free will?
Yes.
Mr. Cortland didn't force you or threaten you?
No.
Then why did you visit him?
I don't know. I made a mistake.
She's taking responsibility.
You
Look,
told
apples.
us on several occasions that you and Mr. Cortland were disrupted by a mysterious intruder. Can you tell this jury anything definite about that person? Anything at all?
No, I didn't see him.
You didn't see him?
I only heard his voice.
You seem very certain it was a man.
It was a man.
What did he say?
Well, I don't know. They were talking in the hall. I couldn't tell what they were saying.
Yes, you heard a voice. You're willing to swear it was a man, and you couldn't hear what he said. Now, what sort of a person do you think would be calling at that time?
Dude laughing.
A bill collector? A man selling magazines? Or perhaps even a burglar?
Why not a burglar? Mr. Cortland was a very wealthy man.
He must have been a very timid burglar because nothing was stolen. Of course, you realize that Mr. Cortland kept his jewels in a vault at the store.
Not all of them. He kept some at home in his safe.
Safe? What safe?
The one in his living room?
You didn't by any chance see that safe, did you, Miss Damien?
Yes, I did.
The court, please. This is the first we've heard about a safe. I asked for a recess to examine the apartment.
Well, Your Honor, we've been all over the apartment.
But if there is a safe, and if it has been robbed...
Gentlemen, court is adjourned until tomorrow morning.
Let's go.
The attorney for the defendant examine the apartment together.
But the fucking prosecutor fucked up, though. If he hadn't mentioned that shit, then she'd be in the chair, dude. The electric chair.
What about this safe, Mr.
That's a great movie, Apples. Welcome back.
Pictures on the inside, Mr. Bryan.
Welcome back, what, probably like about a year later?
I may have a statement for you when I come out.
We're running it back.
Huh?
Mind if I tag along?
I don't know why you're sure. The fine witness you turned out to be.
Couldn't help that, sir.
All right, Garrett, where's the safe?
Me, Mr. O'Brien? I don't know of any safe in here.
I didn't think you did. If you want to know
Well,
my
where's
opinion, I don't think there is a
fucking
safe.
Madeline? She knows where it is.
Here's a learned counsel.
She just said you knew where it was. Why don't you just fucking ask her where it is?
My assistant's checking the location with Miss Damien. He'll be along in a minute.
Oh, you're on a dead one.
While we're waiting, maybe Mr. Garrett could tell us where the safe is.
I've asked him, he doesn't know.
I don't understand that, Mr. Garrett. You were very close to Cortland, weren't you?
That's right. I'm sure if there was a safe in here, I would have known about it. At least I would have seen the key to it.
The answer's very simple. There is no safe.
What did you find out?
I got the dope on him, Mr. Mitchell.
Splendid.
It's over here in this bookcase.
You were wrong for once, Mr. O'Brien.
Could be.
Okay, so they asked Madeline where it was. They found it.
What do you know about that?
Have you got Cortland's keys?
There they are.
Thank you.
That looks to me very much like a safe, Mr. O'Brien.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? But not like a safe that's ever been robbed. I don't think a good burglar would leave those behind.
I guess we're right back where we started from.
Well, I've seen all I want. How about you, Mitchell?
You win this round.
Lock it up, sir.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
See you in court, gentlemen.
She's still on the hook, dude.
No, thanks. Sergeant, I have some papers here, Mr. Cortland's I'd like to put in order. Do you mind if I stay?
It's all right with me. We're finished with the place.
Thank you very much. Anything I can do for you, Doctor?
Oh, I was just curious about something. I've never seen a safe like that before. One that operated with a key.
Come to think about it, I guess I haven't either.
Normal assumption about a safe is that the lock works on a combination.
Yes, I guess most of them do.
I was wondering how you knew that this one worked with a key. You said you'd never seen the key to it.
Did I say that?
Uh-huh.
I guess I must have said something I didn't mean.
Oh, I see. There could be another explanation.
Really?
Yes. That you were lying when you said you'd never seen the safe before.
You're not serious, are you, Doc?
I'm a scientist, Mr. Garrett. When we get hold of an odd fact, we consider every possible explanation. We make some of our most important discoveries that way.
Well, it must be fascinating work.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Suppose I had known about that safe, which I didn't. What would that prove?
Frankly, nothing. But it does suggest a theory. You were very close to Cortland. You knew about the safe. Maybe the safe was robbed. Perhaps he found out about it. He was quarreling with a man in the hall the night he was killed. Maybe that man was you.
That's a very interesting theory.
That's definitely a hell of a conclusion to jump to.
Yes, isn't it? Well, as I said, I'm a scientist. When we hit on a theory like that, the next thing we do is to test it.
That's all I'm doing.
I see.
Then you won't mind having a little talk with the police?
Why, no, why should I?
Fingerprints. But then, of course, if you've never seen the safe before, you won't mind them checking it for yours.
Oh, certainly not.
This man's got the gap.
The number is Spring 73100.
Oh, this man's looking sus right now.
Okay, Doc. No hard feelings. Don't you think this sort of thing is rather out of your line, though?
I guess maybe you're right.
Bye, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Now call the police! Oh my god. Get him his hand in the cookie jar, dude. Cookie jar tech. Cookie jar shit 101. Was he cleaning off his fingerprints right now? Oh, he is.
73100, wasn't it, Mr. Garrett?
Oh my god.
I guess maybe I underestimated you, Doctor.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh! Nathan Drake shit? Press triangle button? Oh my god. Oh, he got some fucking Sonny Chiba shit? Parries? Oh my god. Yo, headbutt this dude! Oh my god! Are you serious? Yo, doctor! He has a PhD in judo?
Extra, read all about it. Madeline murder charge. Extra.
News flashes from the Associated Press newsroom. Bulletin. Madeline Damien has been exonerated of the murder of Felix Corcoran.
Easy game, Brian. The judo bones.
It was a trial marked by many surprises.
Yo, Dr. David. Dr. Judo Bones.
The jewel vault, hidden in the apartment of the late diamond importer.
So beautiful Madeline Damien goes free, and Broadway is tipping its hat today to the young doctor who engaged the murderer in a battle royal.
Steiger, I've been looking for Miss Damien. Have you seen her?
She's gone. She asked me to give you this.
Gone? Well, where did she go?
I couldn't get a word out of her, but I know she left the airport more than an hour ago.
Oh shit. She did. It's a 9-1 matchup, dude. Then it's O'Keefe. Then it's O'Keefe.
David, dear, I can still hear your voice in that courtroom, and I'll never forget what you said. You did much more than save my life. You made my life worth saving. I can't bear to
Not
tell
true.
you how much I love you and want to marry you.
What's your problem,
But
Madeline?
right now, that wouldn't be fair.
She doesn't have very strong
I'm going away
self-worth.
for a while. I want to be terribly sure, after all this, that I can really be the kind of person you once thought I was. Maybe after a while that will be possible. And then, when we're both sure, David, please ask me again. Goodbye, my darling.
Oh my god. She needs some space, dude. She needs some space.
Passengers on flight 41 boarding at
Yo, the drip.
Will you try and see him once in a while?
Of course.
You see, I want to be sure of myself.
I'm sure of you.
Are you really?
After what you've been through, I'm very sure.
All aboard, please.
I still think you're making a mistake.
Drip. It'll be okay, Bone. It'll be okay. I'm about to get some pizza myself, I think, guys, from the fridge for the man with the golden arm. Oh, it's Dennis. David. GG. 1947, guys. Hedy Lamarr and Dennis O'Keefe. Dishonored Lady. That film, it's something I chose for tonight because I think they convey some relatively complex characters for cinema. I really feel like for, especially the 1940s, man, they really went in on some, you know, sorts of personality traits that resonate with me very strongly. This idea of, you know, the self-betrayal, the discipline, the, you know, the self-forgiveness. I think that if I had one complaint with that film, that then the self-forgiveness angle wasn't really fully explored insofar as we see, you know, Madeline, Hedy's character, you know, she goes from, you know, she's always sees herself in the context of her romantic partner, right? And that's the problem they didn't really address, really. I mean, we see her going from lover to lover in the start of the film, and we see her by the very end trying to take some control finally. But in the end, we still see, you know, David, her fiance, sort of have to come and save the day, which is kind of a drag, I feel like. But I think that she made progress as a character. I think that it was kind of cool that we got to see David make progress as a character as well, after he gets chewed the fuck out by her psychiatrist. It's kind of a fun film that way. And I think it's beautifully shot, amazing fashion, really, really fun movie here, guys. Guys, up next is the final film of the night. It's Frank Sinatra, The Man with the Golden Arm. It's also a very personal story, a very heartbreaking story. Tonight is suspenseful dramas, guys. I wouldn't yank you guys around. I'm definitely prepared to deliver here with The Man with the Golden Arm. I will be right back with that, guys. I'm going to get my water refill, go get some pizza from the fridge from last night. Some cold pizza, nothing better than that. I'm going to put on this thingamajig here again. Oh, I have to lower the volume here big time. I will be right back, guys. I promise. You can hold me to that. Let's go, Brian. Always great films, Bones. Yeah, always great films. These old school movies, man, public domain. You'd think that, I mean, they're not always great. There are some that have been pretty ass. But I've been really surprised over the years, Bones, that so many of them are so good. Cold pizza, dog. Here it is, guys. Thursday. Suspenseful drama. Earlier we watched The Strange Love of Martha Ivers, guys. That was a lot of fun. A really complex film. In general, what makes these films so dramatic is the complex characters, right? That really is kind of interesting how, you know, all three of these films have characters that are flawed, that, you know, whose solutions to those problems they have are not always so clear. Pizza time, Bones. Pizza time. I think I might send a tweet out, guys. That's tomorrow, guys. Vintage Machismo. James Cagney is a detective in the Department of Weights and Measures. Awesome film. Glad you're enjoying it, good vibe. I'm really enjoying it too. Nothing but winners and winners. One-Eyed Jacks, dude. Cowboys. I want to be a cowboy, baby. Marlon Brando. Followed by the Aladdin story from 1924. The Thief of Baghdad. The Boy Who Pretended to Be a Prince. Pretty hot take, Bones. Glad to hear you're enjoying it, though. I missed a few days, not gonna lie. I forgot it was happening, says Bones. But I usually go to bed like at 9 p.m. Well, it's pretty late. Let's put a picture of the two pizzas from today and last night. Look at this corner. Man, Brian's going back-to-back pizzas. It's probably me right now, though. The suspenseful drama triple feature has one movie left. Starting now at twitch.tv/Vencabot. The two preceding films have been fascinating, featuring complex and troubled characters. And our final film, The Man with the Golden Arm, is no different. Come see the brilliant Frank Sinatra. Thank you for support, guys. Again, the channel wouldn't be possible without the patrons and the subs. It means a lot to me, guys. You guys, keep the channel alive for people like me and everybody in the chat that enjoys the show. Again, this has been my whole life for the past 3.5 years, and it's been magical.